Hey guys, TD here. So I actually made a video yesterday or a couple of days ago for general tips in PoE 2. However, I kind of don't like how long the video was. So this is just like a quick recap of those tips. So hope you guys enjoy and thank you for watching. Alright, so first tip that I will give you guys is how to survive in maps. So we all know that we can dodge roll to escape clusters of enemies, right? However, there are times that you cannot dodge roll. You are getting surrounded. So what you can do is you can hit the escape button, exit to log in screen, and when you do, just log in back again. Once you're logged in, you can just go back to your map and you can be ported back to where your portal is. So that's the first tip. Okay, so for the next tip, it's safe to guess that some of the newer players don't know how to use the trade site or even aware if that there is a trade site. So Path of Exile has a trade site where you can search your items and automatically PM or DM the user or the seller in game, and they will do the trade for you or organize the trade for you. So you can just search the items here. For example, if I want Dream Fragments Sapphire Ring, I can just enter the Dream Fragment Sapphire Ring here, click search, and it should generate the result. Or if you're looking for a rare item with specific modifiers, you can just enter the modifiers here: maximum life, maximum mana, and then the item category. If it's a war staff or most likely any armor, you search and then it will generate the results for you. So quick tip for beginners: always make sure that the required level is up to your level, and as well as the required stats, because you might forget to filter this one and you search the items or the stats that you want and then click search, buy the item, and realize that you cannot wear it because it doesn't fit your level or it doesn't fit your stat requirements. All right? And while we're on the topic of trading, there are a lot of newer players that are not not getting scammed but being fooled into purchasing items that doesn't cost that much. Okay, just for an example, so as you can see here, there is Mahuksurtle's Machination Omen Crested Shield. So this is a meta shield right now for rarity find. If I search this one, it goes for one divine at the very top of the listing, right? But that isn't really true to an extent. Okay, so it the price will be affected by the rolls, how high the rolls are, and whatnot. However, you can always go to show filters right here. In the trade filters, there is a buyout price, and you can choose which currency you want to trade use the currency you want to trade. So right now there are top two currencies are divine and exalted orbs, and one divine is equal to, I guess, around 99 or 100 exalted orbs right now in the market. So if you buy this one, you are basically paying the guy 100 exalted orbs, where if you filter it using exalted orbs, it will filter the cheapest one using exalted orbs, right? So you can just buy one for 25 exalted orbs instead of paying 100 or 90 exalted orbs for one divine. So always make sure to check exalted orbs filter right here before you buy something for that's listed for one or two divines. All right. Okay. The next tip is for players who are in the end game but are still beginners in PoE. So we all know that gold is essential for our characters, right? We can respec using gold. buy items in the vendors using gold. But if you're confident enough with your build that you don't need to respec or to buy items in the vendor anymore, what I usually do for a gold sync is to go to Act 3, Cruel, and to go to Alva. So Alva is an NPC that sells gear, or randomized gear rather, and there is a chance for you to get like big hitters or big ticket items like Astra Mantis, Dream Fragments, Headhunter. So you can actually get those items
How can I help?
by going to Alva and then buy or sell items.
Bold.
So the ones I mentioned earlier are on the fourth tab, which are accessories, amulets, rings, and belts. So currently, I'm actually gambling on rings to get the Dream Fragments Sapphire ring. But if you're thinking that if I don't get those rings, I'd just be wasting money. Technically, it's a gamble, yeah. But when you do this one, you're essentially buying rings, and some of these rings have potential. Like for example, this one, it has rarity item find. So I can just go ahead to my stash, craft these rings, and see if it sells. And right now, some of those rings that I've crafted are actually good. So like this one, it's actually good. I'm not sure if it's 5 divine, but I'd be lowering the prices until someone buys them. But 60 maximum energy shield, 117 maximum mana, 32 intelligence, 5 all resist, and 40 lightning. And then this one, 76 maximum energy shield, 15 increased, 39 to spirit. Now it's really good when you know your stuff. Actually, I don't know. I didn't know my stuff at the very beginning, but as soon as I went to endgame, explored the items that I've been getting on maps, and also double checking these stats on the website manually, gave me a rough idea of how much these items are going for. So always, if you don't have any gold sync for your character, you can go to Alva, buy those items, and try to check if you can get those big ticket items. Next tip, while we're on the topic of selling items, so you can actually sell the items that you get in maps. When you identify them, you can know that you can sell this item or just vendor it for gold. Okay, so there are items that when it drops on the map and you identify them, there are 2 to 3 good stats, like good rolls and useful stats like cold resist and fire resist on a chest or a boot or a helmet. You can actually go to your stash, if that's a blue item, and you find 2 good stats, you can regal that item. And if that regal produced something good, you can go ahead and exalt slam that item. And if it produced something good, you can go ahead and exalt it again, as long as you're confident that this stat is a useful stat. And how will you know if that's a useful stat or if that's something that someone wants in their build? So it actually goes with experience. So every time when I play the campaign, every time that I think that this is a good stat, I will actually double check it on the PoE trade site manually. And if I see that, oh, this item is priced around 10x or 1 divine, so I get a rough idea that this is a good stat. However, if that item is just 1 exalted orb or 2 exalted orb, then you know that okay, this is not a good stat, so don't bother exalting or regaling it. So for example, this one, it's not a good ring, or the initial stats, the 2 initial stats in the ring is not good, so I won't bother regaling this one. Okay, so just make sure This comes with experience, but always double check in the trade site. There are actually programs or applications that you can use to hover, like I think Overwolf, but there are cases where their accounts got hacked. So I'm not using those programs, but I won't suggest them for you. It's on your discretion. But those programs exist for your convenience. But what I do is I manually enter them on the trade site and search them. All right. All right. And for the last one, let's say this is my current setup right now. Okay. And I picked up these boots from the map, identified them, and this is an upgrade straight up from my current one. But I cannot wear it because of the 131 strength requirement. And as we see in my character tab, I only have 117. So what we can do is we can actually substitute one item that we have to an item that has strength to meet the requirements, the 131 strength requirement. So right now, this soft blood only has 10 strength, and this stellar amulet has all attributes and a bit of strength. So let's try it. So once we substitute, we can now wear the boots, and as you can see, the boots has plus 25 strength. So once we wear those boots, we will get 167. So if we take out the amulet and use the soft blood again, it will meet the 131 requirement, and the boots is now it can be usable, right? But if you take out this amulet, you can actually take it out. But if you take out the boot, you cannot wear it again. So you have to do that whole process again of substituting that particular gear and then wearing the gear. So that's all for today. I hope that this tips or tricks are useful to you, especially to those who are new to PoE. And I might be doing a lot of these stuff that are not really discussed within the community, and most of these stuff are just beginner stuff, and the end game ones or the veteran players will not be able to will not even bother to continue on this video. So hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and I really do apologize if I stuttered too much because I am ESL. Hope you guys enjoy, and hope you guys enjoy PoE. Have a great day. This is TD and Jane.